dropping in on this. Bomb of a wave.
There we go. Nice big scoop into a tube there, and he's going to get spat out of that cleanly. Ryan Hardy looks for a section here to finish off. Yeah, Ryan Hardy with a nice invert finish that wave off.
The first 3 rounds of the Grand Slam event, the waves seemed to pick up a little bit each round, which was kind of good as it, the sort of suspense builds each round with what place you need to qualify and how much pressure is against you to qualify. And for me, the pressure really built because I got a 4th in my first heat, which was just incredibly frustrating after getting 3 4ths in a row in Chile. I just thought this cannot be happening. There was a big swell forecast at the end of the contest period for the final days, and I thought if I'm going to be knocked out before these epic Porto days, which is like big Porto that I've always wanted to surf, I'd just be so devastated. So I was super hungry to make up for that first round loss, and it meant that I needed at least a second and a first in my next 2 heats to qualify for the main event rounds. So coming into the second day, it wasn't an easy heat, and it came down to the wire in the last few minutes, and I got a second in that one. The third round, I had to get a first place to get enough points to probably qualify into the main event round. So that was just such a high pressure heat. It's pretty much like going into a final knowing you've got to win to win a title race or something like that. Like, the pressure is just intense. That came down to the wire again, so it was just another pressure cooker. I had caught my last wave at the end of heat thinking I'd been knocked out and that I hadn't got the score, and I was just completely deflated. Felt like just hanging myself by the rafters of the competitors area. But then by the time I got nearly to the shore, they announced that my score had been enough to qualify into the man-on-man rounds, and yeah, I just went ballistic. I couldn't believe how lucky I was to just sneak in there. Although, so I thought I just snuck in there. And then it came to the last heat of the third round with Dallas Singer, and he needed to get first to get to 16th position to qualify and knock me out. So then I had another nail biter sitting there for 20 minutes watching him in his heat, and he was really close to getting enough points to get first. And again, that came down to the last 2 minutes, and I thought I'd probably nearly be having a heart attack by this stage with all the pressure on me on that day. And then by the end of the heat, yeah, you just couldn't get the score, and it was extremely rewarding. So my first man-on-man heat was a rerun of the box final. It was me versus Magno. And again, it was the swell had come up, and it was kind of tricky, fairly straight and a bit raw, sort of 6 to 8 foot Porto. And I'd been watching the conditions for quite a while that morning before we went out. And I sort of came up with a strategy that I'd just try and get busy on any little makeable wave from the get-go. That definitely helped me win that heat, because I got a couple of scores straight off the bat. And Magno was waiting there for a lot of the heat, just trying to get a good set wave. And in the end, he only needed a score of 4 points or so with 4 minutes left, and by chance it just closed out for 4 minutes. And I definitely felt I had luck on my side to get through that heat and into the following day.